It's well after 5 o'clock p.m. on a Sunday, November, excuse me. You can see I'm on the riverbanks again. Anyway, it's been a pretty cold couple of days, man. My furnace has been running constantly, and that's, well, yeah, I guess I don't need that money for myself. I guess consumers should have. I guess it's for myself. It keeps me from becoming a human popsicle, but anyway, the heat I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm glad that they're happy about it, I guess. Stockholders are probably gleefully rubbing their hands together waiting for their dividend check. The rest of us are suffering. Anyway, that brings us some up. Yeah, I just can't believe that the people who hated Trump so much are like just overlooking all the stupidity that Biden demonstrates almost on a daily basis. I mean, that is when the press actually covers his utterances. Oh, man. Anyway, we have I was just thinking about a word that most people think is in a positive sense, and I think me and the other libertarians have a different take on it. It's like the word bipartisanship. That means something totally different to two different groups of people. Some people have this rosy picture of bipartisanship. Oh yeah, they're getting along to help the American citizens. They're helping them to live their lives better, more productive. And every time I hear the word bipartisanship, I cringe. I'm thinking of so they're both in cahoots together and acknowledging that they're in cahoots together. I mean, they generally are in cahoots with each other. I mean, yeah, there's a little token resistance here and there about gun rights, about abortion, or whatever, but bipartisanship's a clear signal that they're actually really conspiring to really screw the rest of us over. I've never heard of that term being used where something good comes out of it. I really haven't. I mean, right now we're probably going to have nods of approval even from the newly elected members of Congress who are Republican. When they further push for more funds to go to Ukraine, they're going to be nodding in agreement. It's amazing how fast these people become corrupt after they get elected. Now, if it doesn't happen, I'll be very, very pleasantly surprised. But I can't believe we're sending billions and billions of dollars with no accountability to Ukraine. And everybody thinks that this country is that country is so crucial to our security. Okay? Most Americans, if you would ask, without bringing out a map, ask where Ukraine's really at, unless they've been up on the news and news recently, they have no foggiest notion of where Ukraine's at. And I just think that, I mean, as much, I don't like Putin. I don't like Putin because, to me, all he is he using nationalism as a means to, he still hasn't really denounced communism. He really hasn't. He's a power seeker. And that happens in all forms of government. I mean, pretty much any government could work if people were just simply better people. You could have no government. We could have things getting along fine. But see, the Calvinists are right in some ways. I think we are a fallen race, and it's like the 800-pound gorilla in the room. And why everybody's got this conception that humans are so capable of such great things, but it's never been manifested. Yet they cling desperately to that notion of faith in humanity. I remember one time I was arguing with somebody, and they thought I was being particularly harsh. And they said, I'm appealing to your humanity. And I almost snorted laughing at that person, saying, if you want me to do something that's sacrifice or a cause for me to give up my own concerns or my own self-interest, I'd sure to hell find some way appealing to me other than humanity. Okay? my humanity, my sense of humanity. That's a loaded term. A lot of crap. Bipartisanship, though, getting back to that. That's not something I find much comfort in, folks. I really don't. I don't know. I hope the newly elected officials, the congressmen, people in the Congress, in the House, actually stick to the guns and do what the people who sent them mandated for them to do. But I have sincere doubts about that ever happening. Really, really, really have sincere doubts about it. It's a seductive thing. And they never should be spending so much time in D.C. They shouldn't be part of that landscape. They should always be connected to the people they're allegedly representing. I mean, I'm going back a ways. I don't think Don Riegel ever spent too much time in the Flint area after he got elected from the state of Michigan. I don't think that Stabenow, I use a different spin on her name all the time. I don't think she comes back to Michigan very often. I don't think Carl Levin spent much time when he was in his position in Michigan. He had people on the ground here, but I mean, everybody does. So I don't know. I mean, after they're gone for so many years in D.C., they become a total different people. I mean, you think you might know somebody, you might have worked with them before, but once they get political office, I don't care if it's even a county commissioner or a city council person, they change dramatically overnight. They become evasive and non-committal and very good at that rhetoric. Almost instant, it's like a transfusion takes place. It's because the system is so bloody corrupt. The thing is, as bad as it is, it had been for the longest time that one of the better ways of doing things that ever existed. I mean, our founders had some good ideas, but we should, our forebears, the ones that are immediate forebears, should have been more suspicious and skeptical. Well, once somebody got elected for office, they thought they had their champion in place. And that's always been proven not to be the case. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just have some real serious doubts at these midterm elections. And I guess the Republicans, it's pretty good, narrow margin in the House, in Congress. I just hope they don't squander that. But I have faith they certainly probably will. All right, I mean, anyway, it's kind of getting dreary here, isn't it? The sun is going down, it's getting colder. So, I mean, I'm going to wrap this up soon. Don't want to tax your patience. But bipartisanship, folks, a term you really can't trust. That's what I suggest to you. Have a good one.